Evening, friends. Get set up here. Get my little bottles together. We're back. Show of hands of people surprised to see another one of my videos pop up so soon. Thank you very much. Welcome back. My name is Jonathan, and this is part 2 of the summer hauls. Kind of tie up all the things that I've gotten over the past 6-8 months. Not going to be quite as many as the last video, but there's a few. I'm just going to casually go through them. Kind of refer to my phone a little bit if that doesn't bother anybody. Got our coffee. Cheers. Cafe Verona is what we're drinking today. Hope everybody's doing well. What are we doing? Scent of the day. Scent of the day is this beauty. Guerlain's Cologne du 68. Just a fabulous vanilla. Just a complex, beautiful, multifaceted, get something different from it every time I wear it. Vanilla. Can't beat it. It's one of Guerlain's best. If there was ever a vintage I'd like to back up, this would be it. Okay, that was the scent of the day. Actually, I want to talk about what I wore yesterday too, and maybe even last night. But I got this decant, this official decant that I wanted to talk about. It's actually very good. It's called Sala by TLY. Name of the house is Su Lang Yor, which I think means your long year or something to that effect. Has anybody heard of this house? Name of the fragrance is Sala, and it's a beautiful green, aquatic, herbal, sharp, kind of a fragrance. Not too far away from this one that I showed the other day, Eau de Levant by Creator Mare. It's that really bright green, kind of in the same foresty green, vegetal, bright, citrusy, like Boudica Woad, if anybody's smelled that. This is really very interesting. I just wanted to highlight that because I've been sampling it the last couple of days. I'm kind of ripping through that decant. Yes. What did I wear yesterday? Well, I tried to make a video yesterday, but it didn't kind of pan out. The sound was just ridiculous, so I kind of scrubbed that video. I wore this yesterday from the house of Maître Parfum et Gantier, and this is Santal Noble. Is that right side up? Yes, it is. Santal Noble, just a beautiful fragrance. It's just one of my favorite fragrances in my whole collection. It's just, I mean, the sandalwood coffee, it's just dark and it's got a little bit of a funk to it too. It's just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. This house, by the way, just get one killer after another. Okay, let's put that over there. I wore this last night, and I sprayed it again today just because, I don't know why. I don't know. I go through phases of wanting to revisit stuff, and I get on kicks, and I guess I was talking about this, and I wanted to revisit it. And it's from Serge Lutens. This is Tuberose Criminel. I don't know how well you can see that. These Graziel bottles are impossible to read and see. But, you know, you hear all the talk in the community about the newer bottles or newer formulations not being as good as the old ones. I've heard that the older formulations have a petrol vibe to it. I'm not sure that I get quite a petrol vibe here, but there's a lot going on. There's the a sharp blend of tuberose and hyacinth, smoky facets, just a punch in the face. Does so much. It's not just tuberose, and I've really grown fond of tuberose over the past year. And the more I get to know this one, the more I love it. Tuberose Criminal. So that I wore that yesterday. Okay, so the rest of these are going to be things that I've gotten over the past 6 or 8 months. I've kind of deboxed a lot of them so that I can save myself the trouble. This one I picked up recently from a friend and at a very good price, and this is Accord Oud by Byredo. It's only my second. I think it's only my second Byredo. Accord Oud. It's really very nice. It's kind of a woody blackberry. Like a blackberry, yeah, like a blackberry woody, little bit of smokiness. I like it. I like anything with dark berries in it. Blackberry, raspberry, blueberry, plums, any of that kind of stuff. Anything with berries in it's got my vote. And this is actually kind of nice. I have a nice little date night fragrance. Sure, it'll be better in the cold weather. Okay, let's see what's next. What's next is this one. I have the original jazz and I have live jazz. Both are very nice, but this one came out in between, if I'm not mistaken, and this is Jazz Prestige. And I've been wanting to pick this up for a long time. My friend Rich Mitch raves about it, and he's not wrong. It's a wonderful fragrance. It does so many different things. It's very complex. This is something I got to read the notes on. It's like released in 92, I want to say. 93. Released in 93. Doesn't have a perfumer. Fruity notes, aniseed, bergamot green notes, lavender, coriander pepper, and mace just in the top. Geranium, caraway, carnation, cinnamon, cypress, ginger, jasmine, and rose. Benzoin, oak moss, amber cedar, coconut leather, patchouli, and sandalwood. This thing it goes in 100 different directions, but it's pretty smooth for doing as much as it's doing. Really a beautiful fragrance. If you ever get a chance to check this one out, it's I think the best of the trilogy in my opinion. Okay. Next up is C-Zone by Avon, and it's really very nice. I want to say this came out in the early 90s. It's kind of a cool bottle too. I want to say this came out in the early 90s. Let me see if there's a date on it. No, there's no date on it, but it's like a cross between a marine fragrance and a blue fragrance. It's kind of ahead of its time. It's got a lot of blue to it, like, you know what I mean, like the bro fragrances. It's got a little smokiness. It's ambery. But it's got this marine vibe to it. This aquatic. I don't want to say aquatic. Aquatic's not the right word. It's got a rich marine vibe to it, but it kind of crosses over into the blue department. It's really very nice. It's definitely ahead of its time, and it's Avon. Avon never gets the love it deserves. That one is really very nice. Oh, it's the Tuberose Criminal. This stuff, at least on paper, it goes so smoky and rich and in your face. A lot more of the florals come out. The hyacinth and the tuberose come out more on skin. Okay, what's next? What's next is this. This is Baryshnikov Pour Homme. And I think it's Pour Homme. Is it Pour Homme? Yeah, I think it's Pour Homme. It is Pour Homme. And this is, of course, the dancer Mikhail Baryshnikov. And this is a really nice fragrance, too. This one's a little bit fruitier than that one, but it still dances in the dances in the direction of a blue fragrance. I think this was put out in, I want to say 90, 89 maybe. We're gonna look this up real quick, if you don't mind. Baryshnikov, here it is. Baryshnikov, 91. Excuse me. I was close. Spicy Oriental. Amber, herbs, sandalwood, and spices. I don't know where the fruitiness is coming from. It's got a little freshness, a little fruitiness from the opening, but then it kind of drops down into a ambery, kind of a blue fragrance, kind of not unlike Bleu de Chanel or something like that. It's really very nice. And this came out in 91. I love how these fragrances in the lesser known houses, some of these strange fragrances like this and Avon coming out with the blueprints for future stuff that just, that everybody knows, like Bleu de Chanel and, Sauvage and all those, those are not original. That's, I don't think I'm telling anybody any secrets, but yeah, some of these older ones are worth looking into. Like this one, for instance. This one was an awesome find. I could not be happier about this. This is Liz Claiborne. Has anybody heard of this? Liz Claiborne Spark. This is a spicy amber. Spicy amber, kind of in great bottle too, by the way. Great bottle. It's kind of got this strange edge to it. Spicy amber, almost like a Boss, kind of an apple spice. Let's look it up real quick. Okay, Spark. There we go, Spark. Come on. There it is. Spark for Men, Liz Claiborne. And I guess, is this? No, Spark Claiborne. Came out in 2003. And it's a Sweet Oriental. Listen to these notes. And it's not, the quality's there, the longevity's there. It's like there's no, I'm quite sure that this was a drugstore fragrance at one time, but it certainly doesn't feel like it. Top notes of rum, cardamom, and pepper. Mid notes, cognac, fig leaf, and honey. Base notes of amber and sandalwood. This thing is nice. Anybody gets a chance, and you can still get this. I got this for a Song and a Dance. I don't think I paid $30 for this thing. It's really very nice. I'm going to spray it on right now, as a matter of fact. This is cognac, spices, really very nice. The fig kind of gives it a little fruitiness. So nice. If you get a chance, check that out. Okay, here's one that to add to my Jill Sander collection. I've got a number of Jill Sanders, and I've got a few more that I'd like to add, but this is another one in the line of their man fragrances. It seems like Jill Sanders fragrances are all named man in one way or another. And this one, I want to say this one came out in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to look this up real quick because I don't want to be talking out of school. Jill Sander. Man. Okay. This one is 2007. What did I say? Did I say 2007? 2008. Well, anyway, 2007. Anique Minardo and Terry Wasser put this together. How do you like that? Anique Minardo and Terry Wasser. Bergamot, lavender, violet, sage, vetiver, myrrh, and cedar. Really kind of simple, but this is one of the better Jill Sanders. There's a few more that I want to pick up. I've got 3 or 4 now, but there's background I want to pick up, and Man 3 I want to pick up, but this one is beautiful, and you can tell there's master perfumers putting it together. If you get a chance, Jill Sanders from 2007. It's a beauty. Okay, this is one I've had on the radar for the longest time. It's from Prin Parfum. I have Tyga from Prin, and it's kind of simple packaging. I don't even know why I'm showing you this box, but there it is. I have Tyga, which is very nice, but I've always had my eye on this one, and I finally got my hands on it, and I could not be happier. This one is Turkish Leather by Prin Parfum, and I'm going to do my best to read, because the notes, I don't know how well you can see them there, but the notes are on the label. And, okay, so forgive my squinting. Caramelized dates, leather, suede, allspice, cacao, powder, French cistus, gray amber, Laotian oud, incense, and zaki. Taki? Wait. Reiki, R-A-K-I. Anybody knows what that is, let me know. But this is a beautiful fragrance. Beautiful leather fragrance. If you ever get a chance. I don't know if it's still, I would assume it's still available. Oh, it's so good. Such a good leather fragrance. Happy to put that in the collection. Let's see. We're getting down to the end. There's a weird fragrance, and I love weird, obscure fragrances. There's a weird fragrance out there called Hashish Homme. And I have a mini of it. It's really difficult to find in a full-size eau de toilette, so I've kind of given up on that. There's also a flanker, which you know I'm a big fan of flankers. And the flanker's called Black Hashish. The eau de toilette to this is extremely expensive and hard to find, so I got the aftershave. And let me tell you, the aftershave is not a downgrade. It's kind of a bitter leather, kind of herbal, spicy, old school Aramis type of a leather. Kind of a cool little bottle too. Kind of happy it's a splash. Kind of happy to have this in a collection. Just one of those weird, obscure fragrances that I've always had my eye on. Okay, here's another one that I've had my eye on forever, and I've finally gotten a hold of it. I got this for a really good price. This is Royal Oud. It's a long time on the top of the checklist of fragrances I've wanted to get. I love a lot of creeds, and I love the ones that I have. I only have maybe 1 or 2 more that I'd like to add to the collection, but just seems like one of those houses that's just too expensive to go after. You know, I just don't know that some of those creeds are worth the crazy money that they're asking. Okay, second to last. This one is turning into a love. I'm a big fan of Guerlain. I'm a big fan of the feminines, Mitsuko, Samsara, its flankers, but I've never really never really gone down the Shalimar route. And recently got my hands on this one, which is an absolute beauty. This is a limited edition du Fleur. I want to get it right. Here's the bottle, which is a beautiful bottle. Kind of different than the usual. Shalimar bottles. This one is a beauty. I want to get the notes right. And I want to get the name right. This was released in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Shalimar edition. There it is. Shalimar Edition Fleur from 2009. It's a limited edition. Bergamot, lime, and orange. The lime is really prominent in the opening. Jasmine and rose, vanilla and amber. This has given me a new fragrance to take a look at. I've really been enamored with Samsara recently. I have the what is it? The Shine, or not Shine? I have one of the flankers to Samsara, and I've smelled the vintage Samsara with the Mysore sandalwood. But I don't know why I never gave Shalimar the time of day, but this one is worth every minute of the time of the day. This is a beautiful fragrance. You might have to take a look at some of the other Shalimar flankers. Okay, where are we? Let's see. Just drop the flower off of here. All right, we're running out of room. Okay, last but certainly not least. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way here. Okay. Last but certainly not least, this goes in the obscure, never heard of, who knew it existed category. And this is from a company called Elvis Jesus and Company Couture. Has anybody heard of this? And this is the For Her version. It kind of comes in this book presentation. Really, very cool. The bottle is awesome. There is a men's version, which I don't have any experience with, but this feminine version is a killer, an absolute killer. Look at this presentation. Such a cool presentation. I want to look this up. I'm pretty sure the notes, Parfumo has this. Okay, Elvis Jesus for Her. This was released in 2013. And like I said, there was a men's version released, but I don't have any experience with that. This is a spicy, sweet, resinous. Okay, here's the notes. This is what caught me immediately the first time I smelled it. Bergamot, cherry, elemi resins, grapefruit, nutmeg, and peppermint in the top. Cinnamon, jasmine, lily of the valley, and rose in the mid. Amber, cedar, coumarin, leather, tonka bean, and vanilla. This thing is a killer. I mean, I'll put this up next to anything that I just showed you today. This is not a novelty fragrance. I'd like to know who perfumed this, because this is not just like a bullshit novelty fragrance. Like the cap's real heavy. The presentation's awesome. The fragrance is awesome. Elvis Jesus. I have an Elvis fragrance, which is actually kind of nice. It was put out in, I guess, maybe the 80s or 90s, maybe the 90s. It kind of smells like Bois de Portugal, but this is something totally different. Elvis Jesus Couture For Her. If you ever run across this, and if anybody knows about the masculine, let me know if that's worth a look. It's a totally different fragrance from what I can see. For him, it's a totally different presentation and everything. Released in 2013 also. But this is a woody oriental. Grapefruit, orange, pink pepper, black pepper, geranium, patchouli, cedar, vetiver, and woods. Doesn't sound as exciting as this one. This one is a killer. Elvis Jesus. Who knew? Who knew? So there it is, my friends. There is the last of the summer hauls. And if there's, like I always say, if there's anything you can teach me about any of this stuff, any little bits of information, any directions to point me in, always enjoy the interaction in the comments. I will be back soon with maybe fall go-to fragrances, something like that. Any suggestions, drop it in the comments. Y'all have a great night. Stay grateful. Peace.